Phantom Hotel by Megan Atwood. You tried to get away, but you couldn't help returning to this odd little town. Every time you wandered, you stumbled onto its streets. It sits along the highway and off the beaten path. It's in the depths of a forest and in the middle of a desert. It's surrounded by mountains and balanced on the edge of a deadly cliff. It's the place where weird things happen, where the unreal becomes real. Welcome back to Raven's Pass. It's been waiting for you. Chapter 1. The Detour. Here, Mom said, pointing to a road sign. Raven's Pass, 3 miles. We can stop there to go to the bathroom. Patrick rolled his eyes. Not again, he thought. We'll never get there at this rate. They had been on the road for 6 hours. They were traveling from upstate New York all the way to Yellowstone Park. It seemed like his 7-year-old sister, Natalie, had needed to stop every single minute. Worse, at each stop, Natalie managed to wander off. Yet somehow Patrick was the one who got in trouble for not watching his sister. Natalie could be a real pain. The sun had started setting when Mom took the exit. The GPS told them to take a right, a left, then a right. With each turn, they traveled farther away from the lights and sounds of the highway. Finally, they came onto a dark lane surrounded by forest. A sign read, "Welcome to Raven's Pass." The sun had completely set, and shadows grew in the trees. Patrick shivered. Natalie said, "Maybe I can hold it." Mom chuckled. "I know it looks creepy, baby, but that's just because it got dark. In fact, I'm thinking we should find a hotel here to spend the night. Your old mom is tired." Patrick swallowed and looked out the window. They continued down the long lane, through the trees, and turned onto a main street. The town seemed deserted. It was only lit by the full moon. Mom pulled over and typed into the GPS. "Aha!" she said. "There's a hotel 4 blocks away." She put her phone down and went on a road that jutted off the main street. Houses crowded the sidewalk. All of them were dark and menacing. Does anyone actually live in this town? Patrick wondered. After the houses thinned out, Patrick saw the hotel. It loomed before them. The sign out front read, "Raven's Pass Hotel, a neighborhood haunt since 1974. The building looked like it was part castle, part motel. Most of it was made out of ancient-looking stone. The only light in the whole place spilled from a bulb above the lobby doors. Mom stopped in the empty parking lot and started getting their bags. Natalie jumped out too, but Patrick felt a shiver in his body again. Something felt wrong about Raven's Pass Hotel. "Come on, hun," Mom called. Patrick groaned as he got out of the car. He grabbed his overnight bag. He followed Mom and Natalie, dragging his feet. The night air was cool and crisp, and Patrick took a deep breath of it. There weren't many lights around, so he could see all the stars twinkling above. His shiver feeling passed. Maybe I'm making too much of everything, he thought. The 3 of them entered into the hotel lobby and walked the long hall to the front desk. Their footsteps echoed off the walls. No one seemed to be around. "Hello?" Mom called. She hit the bell on the desk. Ding! The sound felt loud in the empty lobby. Patrick took in the place as they waited. The furniture and decor looked stuck in the 1950s or 60s. It was as if the hotel had been frozen in time. Just as the bell began to fade, a startled-looking hotel clerk appeared. He came out of the room behind the front desk. He was huge, taller than anyone Patrick had ever seen in person. The man's hair was plastered to his square-shaped head. "Yes?" the clerk asked. "Is there something I can do for you?" Mom blinked. Patrick could practically hear what she was thinking. Yeah, we clearly need a hotel room. Why else would we be here?" But she smiled and said, "Yes, we're looking for a room, just for the night." The clerk stared at her, and then at Patrick. A slow smile spread across his face. "Okay, I'm sure they'd love to have you," he said with a giggle. Patrick shivered for the third time that night. "They?" Mom asked. The clerk cleared his throat. We would love to have you." He reached under the desk and pulled out an ornate iron key. Patrick had never seen an actual key used at a hotel before. No key cards here, evidently. "You're in room 317, on the 4th floor. Elevator is that way." The clerk pointed to his right. Mom laughed. "Room 317 on the 4th floor, not the 3rd. Okay." She took out her credit card, but the clerk waved it away. "You'll pay later," he said. The high-pitched giggle escaped from him once again. "I just met a new friend," a voice next to Patrick said, making him jump about a mile high. He looked down. "Natalie! What? How?" he asked his smiling sister. They had been there barely a minute, but she had clearly wandered off again. "Where were you?" Mom frowned. "Patrick, how many times have I told you to keep an eye on your sister? Let's just get to the room and get some sleep." Patrick fumed. "I'm in trouble again, and it's all Natalie's fault." The family grabbed their bags and walked toward the elevator. Patrick glanced back. The clerk was still smiling his creepy smile. When Patrick got on the elevator and turned around again, the clerk was gone.